No.
Who is it?
The Eurythmics.
The Who?
It's before your time. Annie Lennox.
Annie Lennox?
Here comes the rain again, falling all around like a new emotion.
Oh, yeah.
You've heard it. So,
it's like 80s.
Baby, talk to me
like lovers do.
There you go.
Yeah, I've seen that shit. I've heard it. Love it. It plays every time I'm in the dentist chair. Sounds just like.
As do most songs from my childhood. Welcome to Here for the Hang, y'all.
Welcome.
Coming to you live from the atmospheric river that is Los Angeles right now.
Yeah, it's raining. We need it.
That's what they're calling it. It's an atmospheric.
It's the atmospheric stream.
Yeah.
Atmospheric river. Yeah, you're right. That's what they call it.
I don't know.
They said it was a big one.
They said, all those people that got evacuated for the fires, now they're getting evacuated for mudslides. So
that, I think we all foresaw that.
I really don't know why, what reason is there left to live in the canyons, in the hills? You couldn't pay me enough.
I don't know. I'd still do it.
Believe me, it's not a problem I'll have to worry about anytime soon.
Yeah, no, probably
Nobody's
not.
giving me a house in the hills.
No one's going to give me a house in the hills either. I don't know if I'll ever actually make that much money to do that. Maybe someday, hopefully. But yeah. I don't know. I read something the other day. The American dream now costs $4.4 million.
Really?
That's how much you need now to live the American dream. And so the American dream's like, can you buy a house? Can you go on vacation?
No.
Can you send your kids to school?
No.
Like college?
Can't even have them. Can't even have children.
Can't even have kids. Can you buy a car?
Okay, I got one out of the...
You got one. I got one. It's nuts, though.
You know what I think the American dream is?
What?
I think the American dream is having a podcast.
I think this is the American dream.
And we're crushing it.
We're living the American dream.
It's my American dream.
I'm living my dream.
Thank you, Hang Gang, for making it possible.
Hang Gang, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being present.
So, who's gonna pay me money? My bets won.
Your bets did not.
My Eagles won. My Eagles.
The Eagles pulled it out. Good. I'm glad they did. Super Bowl sucked though.
I've never had any care in a football team. I think we all know that.
Travis Kelce didn't propose to T Swift.
Did not. But
that's okay.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to see him winning anything. Guy has zero effort.
Yeah, I think he's going to be taking a downward spiral after this.
Oh yeah, pun. Spiral. Football.
Football term.
Football term coming in hot.
Didn't even mean to do it. So that's how much I know about the subject. But yeah. I did have a Philly cheesesteak on Saturday. So, you're welcome.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That's
that was
probably
my
why
Philadelphia
they won.
thing I did.
Yeah.
I think so. And it was also a Philly owned, it was owned by a family.
Yeah.
Like a mom, a dad, a kid. You don't see that a lot in LA.
Family owned business?
Yeah. Not really.
Do you feel like you wish you didn't say that right after you said it? You don't think you see a family owned business?
I feel like usually, I didn't pull in there thinking that this Philly cheesesteak place was going to be actual Philadelphia people.
I see.
Came here with a dream. And I was like, this is a good sign for my Eagles.
The Eagles won too. Yeah, you should have texted me that had happened. I would have thrown down on the Eagles even a little bit more money.
Just based on that alone, right?
Absolutely. That's what you do if you're an impulsive gambler. You just keep throwing down.
If I would have had that $5 I was talking about. Had a little more driving to do.
A little bit more driving. Dude, did you drive on the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
You did?
It was great money.
Was it?
Yeah.
Were you just busy all day?
It was all just lazy drunk people ordering food.
Yeah, classic.
And then I got one order that was it was at this pizza place down the street.
Yeah.
Prince Street.
Yeah.
Have you ever eaten it?
I have.
Okay, I show up there and they told me it was going to be a 2-hour wait.
Yeah.
To make it was a larger order, but it's no, bro. I'm good. I'm going to hit deny to this and go to the next one because it's very who's standing around
for 2 hours?
The place was packed.
Why though? 2 hours? I guess Super Bowl, that makes
Big
sense.
pizza day. But like, just get some Papa J's on it, you know?
Why don't you get a little frozen pizza? Have you heard of Red Baron?
There you go.
That's delicious.
But nobody's rent gets paid whenever you make a Red Baron.
It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
You don't get it delivered by a struggling actress, comedian down on her luck. So
yeah, that's way more entertaining.
Keep ordering those Uber Eats, y'all.
Who can we get to the door?
You never know who's coming. Might be your girl.
Might be Carlisle Forrester. She drop off a little scan QR code for here for the hang.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe.
That's what you think I should do, right?
100%.
A little self-promotion.
Yeah.
There is a part in like the profile where you can say like, I'm doing this job to support my real dream of blah, blah, blah.
I wouldn't even know where to find that. And I use Uber Eats all the time.
And you don't want to be like, oh, this guy's a musician. All right, I'm going to throw him an extra tip. Like,
I think if I saw that, I'd probably be like, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I do the tip on the front end.
I think a lot of people do the tip on the front end.
I don't even want to remember that I ordered Uber Eats after I had the meal.
You usually don't.
Yeah, no, it's just like I want to repress that. I feel like guilt and shame because it was expensive.
Yeah.
And then I also feel like I was being lazy. I should have just cooked the groceries that I bought yesterday.
It's very ridiculous what people will spend. And there's no way it tastes good. Like
zero way.
In the morning, whenever I'm driving like scrambled eggs up to like some house in the Hollywood Hills, I'm like, these eggs have been in the car for 30 minutes.
Dude.
This omelet is not what it once was.
Certain items you do not Uber eat.
And it's
ever.
Definitely not worth the $40 or whatever.
$5 an egg.
Yeah.
No, $5 for a carton of eggs. What's the math on that? Quick.
Oh my God.
12 divided by 5.
I don't know if you know this, but my math skills are not what makes me.
It's like 50 cents an egg.
Driver at this point.
It's like 50 cents an egg. It's like 35 cents an egg. Alex?
Pull it up.
You got to calculate on the computer.
The math isn't mathing.
Hold on. 12 divided by 5. Whoa, wait.
There you go.
2.4? Yeah. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Wait. 5 divided by 12. My bad.
My brain just can't even go there. That's why there's computers.
24 cents.
An egg?
Right? Yeah. Holy shit, it's a quarter an egg. By the way, Trump's trying to fucking get rid of the penny. Did you hear this?
Yes, I did hear about this.
Wow.
Yeah. So I didn't know that it costs 2 cents to make 1 cent, which is ridiculous.
That's
and
crazy.
I feel like that's also a metaphor of what my job is like. Any of my jobs are like it costs twice as much. It costs $2 to make $1. That's what I feel like.
Yeah, dude, that's real. That's called inflation.
Yeah.
That's how it starts. That's wild. I mean, if he bans the penny, what are we going to pick up for good luck? You know what I mean? That's just over.
And then the next thing's going to be the nickel, the dime. If he does the dime, like, how are we going to know that our dead relatives are speaking to us from the other side?
I've never heard that. Wait, what?
They speak through dimes.
Dimes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the only currency. I don't know why it's that and not the nickel, not the others, but I have heard that, like, if you see a random dime, it's somebody from the other side.
What?
Yeah.
Does it have to be like heads or tails? Just any dime.
I think it's any dime.
Like dimes like in the 1970s?
It's like just to represent the dime that your grandma was in the 1970s.
A little hot piece running around. Gram.
That's her signal.
God, I hope not. Turns out Nana was a whore.
She was a dime. She was a dime in her day.
Imagine these poor grandkids of these OnlyFans girls currently in the future.
Oh,
grandkids seeing their Nana on the
They're going to be rich. They're going to be fine.
They'll have generational wealth.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that 4.4 million.
That's insane.
Yeah. Kind of wild. Dimes. I didn't know that. That's crazy. It's wild. That's nuts. Yeah, people are tripping. It's a weird week. I don't know about you. It's Thursday now.
Yeah.
Who knows when this will be released? Tuesday. But
2 weeks from now.
2 weeks from now, because we have a very special guest.
Yes. Should we say, or should we just say that we're very excited to watch the SNL 50th anniversary which airs this weekend that we're taping this. Y'all have already seen it by the time you...
Yeah, I mean, we can probably just debrief on it almost.
I can't believe that SNL is 50 years old.
I can believe it because it was old when I was coming up.
But there's only been 167 cast members total.
Only?
And I heard that. But that's kind of like a small number if you think about it. Like that's like
it's a very respected club.
Yeah.
You know, that's a cool alumni to be a part of. You look at the names on that list and you're just like, your mind is blown.
I heard Amy Poehler talking about that. One of my favorites.
No, she's amazing.
She's one of the 167.
And she's done a lot for the comedy community in general. She did UCB. She opened that up.
Yeah.
You know, that's huge for a lot of people even still.
Oh, yeah.
In Los Angeles,
I'm still
New
paying
York.
off some of those UCB classes on one of these credit cards.
Hey, I paid it off a while ago when I won that Ellen Game of Games. But let me tell you.
Is that one of the things you bought?
Well, I did all the UCB, everything, all the way through. When we first met and hung out.
Yeah, I remember that.
But
I think I told you it was a bad idea back then, but
yeah,
it's not for everybody.
It's not for everybody. I don't know. I'm glad I did it. I don't think the improv aspect and being on that was for me necessarily.
Yeah, it just for me, like now that I'm a stand-up, I really like that I have control. Like I know what I'm gonna say.
Totally.
Unlike on this podcast, as you can probably tell. But
we're winging it.
Winging it.
Wang, wang.
But I like the aspect of not depending on anybody else.
Yeah.
It's just me when I do stand up. That whole thing with improv where you're like on the wall and you're like waiting to go up and you're like, like I was always so bad at that. And then like you would be like about to jump out and then somebody that was like really not good or like unfunny would jump out and you'd be like, oh, okay, I'm not going out with that guy. Like you just like learned quickly. And then by the time you did think of something, it would kind of be too late. It just, the whole thing of it was so nerve wracking and very dorky.
It's super, it's very nerve wracking.
No shade to people that are good. When it's good, it's dope.
When
but
it is
so
good,
rarely really good.
Sometimes I went to a show about last year, and it was a musical improv, which kill me 9 times out of 10.
Yeah,
but it was hilarious.
Really?
Oh my god! Yeah, Britt was a part of it. She was
in the group.
It was like a whole show. Catherine Burns does. She did My Crazy Ex.
Oh yeah, I know that girl.
She did that, and she puts together this show. I think it's maybe monthly or a couple times every month or once every couple months or whatever it is. And she just had like dancers came out, different kinds of dancers, like almost like a variety show.
Yeah.
And she had one group that was like a musical improv group that came out, and they were hilarious. But when you see it, it's so impressive when it works.
Right.
Every like little troupe I was a part of never really worked. We were all like class show.
Yeah.
You know,
it's a lot of like meeting at somebody's studio apartment and practicing.
Yeah. I mean,
which is super cringe.
It's cringe. But you know, I stand up, you can still improvise on stage. I love the stand up aspect. Sketch writing was cool. I did that. That was cool. I think that's still that you can still utilize that.
Yeah, I could definitely utilize that. I think for me, what killed it was, I took levels 1 and 2. The third level, there was this guy that legit, his whole like character was that women aren't funny and could never be funny.
That's a mistake.
And he told us that whenever we all went out for drinks, like as a class after.
Oh no.
And I mean, he was like really into this. Like this guy was on Dr. Phil as this like character, but like it's really him. Like his whole thing was that like women aren't funny and they belong in the kitchen and they're just mothers and they don't need to have artistic expression. Like it was a whole thing. I'm not going to say the name because it was
why he's trying to get famous on Dr. Phil. Because you don't want to.
Yeah.
We don't want our 40 subscribers getting in there.
No, I don't want you even to get this guy one view.
By the way, thank you for watching.
But I YouTubed it because he was telling us like, oh yeah, and I wrote a book about it. And like I was on Dr. Phil and like I looked it up and I was like, okay, well I do not feel safe in this class anymore. And I literally left the class. This is a different Carlisle. This was back in the day when I was like young and didn't have a lot of self-esteem. But I told my teachers, I think I was like, yeah, I just like don't want to do this anymore. This asshole, like
that sucks.
I don't even think I got a refund.
Really?
I'm sure I just
Oh yeah, well it is
pissed
like
it away.
yeah. I think if you take a certain amount of classes and you're like, I'm done, they're like, well, you've given us your money and you've
Yeah.
taken the class.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Well,
this guy told me over a couple beers that
it says in
I
your
don't
syllabus.
matter.
Yeah. No, I mean,
Oh man.
anyway,
I'm
yeah.
just kidding.
Old times, UCB. I don't know, but SNL 50th, pretty cool.
Watch it and see this week's guest.
See
Or
this.
wait, this is gonna air after they've already seen it.
Guys,
so never mind.
Daryl Hammond was on the podcast.
Daryl Hammond was on the pod, and for those of you that live in Lincoln, Nebraska, I'm going to be opening for Daryl Hammond on March 14th and 15th, and this will
Yeah.
air in time for you to get those tickets. So,
What comedy club? Do you know?
That would be a helpful piece of info.
We're gonna find that out. We'll post the link.
We're going to
right
post
here.
the link. We're going to have all the info.
But it'll be on Carlisle's.
Yeah,
frame, not mine.
you can just look on my Instagram.
She's gonna post it.
Yeah, I'm gonna post it. But March 14th and 15th, I'm excited about that. Will Nebraska
for
be
you.
cold then?
I think it'll be freezing.
Really?
Dude, yeah, it's winter. What the hell?
So I need to like
You
get
gotta-
some North Face jackets packed, like some heavy duty.
Bundle up, man.
I don't have
You're gonna
that.
need extra socks and boots.
I just like layer on clothes.
Just layer. That's fine. Layer
Yeah.
up. Hell yeah. That's awesome. But Daryl Hammond was in here
He was in here.
and interesting conversation.
Yeah.
I did my Bill Clinton for him. He did
How was
not
that
like
received,
it.
young Bryan? Did it seem like he had heard that a time or two?
Maybe once or
before?
twice. But you know what? It was for me.
Mhm.
I was just, and I realize that now.
Yeah.
That was very selfish. And I came in hot right away.
Listen, you went for it.
I wanted him to know.
The Hang Gang respects it.
But like, I don't regret it.
You don't.
No. And you know, he and I had
And you were boys with him. You had a show with him later in that week.
Yeah, we had a show that weekend. And I had only met him for the first time here.
Yep.
And then we talked in the green room, chopped it up. Super good guy. I was glad we did it. But I was definitely like, holy shit, this is Daryl Hammond. Because it was just something that seeps in. It's kind of like we're talking about with SNL. Like, that is nostalgia for a lot of people, especially
Yes.
comics our generation. Like, dude, you're seeing these SNL alums. You're like, dude, these guys are legends. These chicks
Yeah.
are legends. The Amy Poehler's, like, they have so much influence now. And they've proven themselves and they just...
It
I
kind
don't
of
know, man.
shapes what you think is funny to
Yeah.
watch that.
Totally.
And I will say about SNL too, I used to discover music through the musical acts. Because when you're a kid, you really
Yeah.
don't know, you just hear whatever is like on the radio.
Totally.
But then SNL always seems to have like the cool artist or like,
Yep.
like the cutting edge, like whatever the new thing is. So I remember like discovering,
It's a really good point. I hadn't even thought about that, but yeah,
because
definitely.
it's kind of your only outlet
Yeah.
as a child to that.
Especially now, like watching SNL musical guests is essential because I don't listen to any new music. So the only way.
Same thing. Like now as an
Like,
older person,
Yeah, dude.
it's kind of what tells me also what is cool.
Yeah, I'm stuck in my musical algorithm, whatever the fuck it
Same.
is. I don't even, it's like a lot of, P. Diddy radio and I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. It's
A
not.
lot of Drake. You're
Yeah.
a big Drake
It's
head.
mostly just Drake and P. Diddy.
Kanye. You got a
Drake.
real type.
Yeah, I just like criminal, like weird criminal history /
Yeah.
racists. Wait, is it racism? Help me with it.
What?
Anti-Semite.
Okay.
There it is. Kanye. Which, by the way, I
Okay.
heard he and his wife are now filing for divorce. Is this true or is this fake news?
Oh, you heard it here first.
Hot off the presses.
I've not heard this.
Hot off the presses of my Instagram feed right before I walked in here.
Whoa.
I don't know if that's true. Alex?
It wouldn't. It would not shock me.
Yo, big shout out to Alex.
It's our producer, Alex. that
We
keep
love him.
yelling through the wall.
We're gonna have him come in here one time because we know we got a loyal fan base, and they need
I
to
feel
see
like
him.
producers everywhere were just ruined by Joe Rogan telling
Oh, here
his
we go.
guy Jamie to pull
Are
up
not
things.
divorcing. Damn it.
Despite
Alright.
speculation, which
Fair.
we just witnessed here.
Yeah, I was speculating pretty tough.
You were.
But that's the society we live in now is speculation.
Yeah.
That's just where we're at.
Yeah.
Like, did they really get? Oh,
I think this is just another ploy for attention.
it might be.
It's all it ever is.
It's all it ever is. Yeah.
Just
But also,
attention and just a lot of cold drafts coming this girl's way. She's a drafty bitch, walking around with a, pillow and some pantyhose at the Cheesecake Factory. Now we got a mesh dress at the Grammys. You didn't see the pillow and the pantyhose?
No.
Get up.
Which Cheesecake Factory?
One over by you, actually.
Oh, dude. I love the Cheesecake Factory.
I mean, you can't go wrong.
I worked there.
Best happy hour in the game. You worked there?
Did I not? Did you not know this?
Whoa.
Dude.
Finally, a place I haven't worked.
Hello.
In LA. Did apply once.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. It
tough
wasn't
to get a
up
job.
to snuff.
No, you were not.
They really wanted some gingers. They were looking for,
I was at the front desk. Started off at the front desk.
You
This
have
is
the
in
front
Seattle.
desk energy.
I got hard front desk energy. Always have.
You do.
Always.
Less of a serving.
They were reluctant
really-
to make me a server. They're like, this fucking guy, no.
That thick book that is their menu. Just like, is this guy really going to memorize all this? We don't know.
They
He can
did end
handle
up,
it.
they ended up making me a server, and guess what?
I mean, I guess the front desk, you have a lot of time to read it, get acquainted with it.
Couldn't handle it.
Yeah, you couldn't handle it.
I remember I worked at the front desk for like a year and a half. I was like the lead guy. They were like,
brag.
gave me like employee of the month and shit. And I thought I was
Whoa.
so cool.
What do you get for that?
Just like nice little piece of paper, pat on the
Okay.
back, free
Nice.
meal. I don't know.
All right.
Whatever the hell it was. This is so long ago. This is like a year out of high school. And eventually I worked my way up to server. And
Wow.
I know there was pushback from the GM. He did not like me. And I went and I had this little 4-table section during brunch. And
4 tables.
I messed up an order pretty bad. And then
What'd
I
you
messed
do?
up another order. I don't even remember. It was like, someone got the French toast and I gave them the wrong bread or something. I don't even know. And then there was another mess up. And the GM goes over to me and goes, I want you to go back to your section and not make another motherfucking mistake.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right.
He's
And
like,
I
if I
went-
have to void off any more cheeseburgers that you put the wrong temperature for.
Dude, and you know what I did? I went back there and I made another mistake.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah.
Speaking of temperatures, can I tell you what happened at my job this week?
Please.
So Sir Ben Kingsley came in to where I work.
Oh,
Which again,
nice.
we won't say because I signed an NDA, I think. But he was in there and everybody was like, oh, this is so cool. I can't believe Ben Kingsley's here. I can't believe he's here. And I was like, and he's in my section. I'm sure that's going to go great. I just knew. It's like, I just knew it was going to be something. So anyway, he orders a steak and he was like, I would like my steak medium well done. And I'm like, okay, so medium or well done? And he's like, medium well done. And he's looking at me like I'm an idiot. These are 2 different things.
Wait a minute. I got to disagree.
There's either medium well or well done. You're combining 2 things.
Well, he's just saying medium well. But he's just putting
that's what I
done.
went
He's
with.
putting, yeah, good. And that was right?
That was, I guess.
Yeah, he didn't say
no
anything.
complaints.
Yeah.
I think
But
he was
what
done
he-
talking to me at that point.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have even tried to clarify. I should have just known it was medium well. But well done implies well done.
Medium well done.
You get the confusion?
I understand the extra word is unnecessary.
It's really unnecessary.
But medium
and so
well.
is the attitude.
The attitude's not ideal.
It
I
wasn't.
get it.
It wasn't like a strong attitude, but it was just like he was just like
He's just being a British guy.
perplexed by why I would ask a second time. So this or that, because a lot of people do this thing, Brian, where they order medium plus or
Oh.
medium rare plus,
What the hell is that?
and I'm here to tell you all watching that is not a thing, and chefs hate it, and we don't know where it came from. Probably your alma mater, the Cheesecake Factory or some shit, because we do not do things like that.
That was after
in
me.
fine dining, okay? Plus what? Like, what are you adding,
What is the plus? Is it Disney Plus? Apple
it's
Plus?
an either or situation.
It's a fucking streaming service?
Yeah, you're not getting a streaming service with your steak.
And a free subscription
It's not the way we run things.
that you'll forget to cancel.
Exactly. Oh, that reminds me, I do need to cancel Disney Plus.
Bro, that free trial. It gets real expensive after eating free.
I mean, I've paid. It keeps popping up again. I don't even know what I bought originally that was even on that shitty platform. That being said, if you would like to sponsor this podcast, get at us.
Please like, subscribe.
You seem like you're hurting for money, so
reach out to Alex.
Let us.
Yeah, dude. This whole Elon thing.
Yeah.
And Trump stuff. Budget cuts.
Budget
up the
cuts.
yin yang. Every single department of the government. Have you been following this?
No, tell me. I get my news from Here for the Hang.
Okay, yeah, that's good. I'm
It's
glad.
a great newsworthy
People
podcast.
should.
Yeah.
If you don't get your news here, what are you doing?
I really just like my news told to me. I don't like to search it out.
All I'm going to say, because we don't have to go into the nitty gritty of it, but each department, he's basically going through Department of Education. He's going through the Treasury Department. He's going through every single department that exists and looking at what are we spending the money on that is allocated to these departments annually, whatever. And he's finding like payments that the U.S. misappropriate funds. This is true. This has always been a thing, but it's like $2 trillion a year that we give money
to make pennies
to something that we are like, yo, why this accidentally went to these people? This was supposed to be canceled years ago.
It's like your Disney Plus subscription money.
That's what I'm trying to say. So now I feel less bad about not canceling subscriptions. You really stomped all over that thought, but I fucked it all up.
I got there before you. This is a comedic brain. Right
I know,
here,
but
okay?
you're gonna, just like let it play out.
Even after a long day of serving sirs.
Sirs, yeah, you served a night.
Yeah.
Only you and someone in the Gilded Age can say that.
I was unimpressed. But he did pop up in my
He
Sopranos.
is a good actor.
He is. He was in the episode of Sopranos that I watched that night.
And he's
I was
a dick in that.
Oh, this guy. Okay.
Wasn't he kind of an asshole in that? I
He
forget.
was, yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
So, okay.
I'm
on
still
par.
watching a hit show from the 90s if you're just catching up. So am I.
I've
because
rewatched it 4 times.
I've never seen it. This is the first run, and I'm now on the final season, and everybody's dying. I hope this isn't a spoiler alert for anybody since it came out in 99.
Class of 99. Oh, man.
99 and feeling fine.
Did you ever see that movie, Just Friends?
Is that
With
the
Ryan-
one with Brittany Murphy and Ashton Kutcher?
Uh,
No, that's Just Married. Okay.
That's Just Married. No, this is Ryan Reynolds and Anna. She's in all the scary movies.
Oh,
Anna Faris.
yes.
Thank you.
I get her. I get that I look like her.
And Amy Smart.
I get that I look and sound like, Anna Faris. She kind of talks like this in every movie.
Man, you
Is
did
it
that.
House Bunny?
I just thought of Jennifer Coolidge.
Oh, no.
You don't look
Coolidge-
like Jennifer Coolidge. That's how you sounded a little like.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I could see. You could get there.
Do it again?
You could get there. Well, Anna Faris is she's kind of like this in every movie. Like, this is how she talks.
That's good, yeah. I could see that. House Bunny, yeah.
And then Jennifer Coolidge is going to be more. I used to have a really good Coolidge.
Did you?
Yeah, well, I have to watch White Lotus again. That's when I really could do her.
Great.
But it's
Great
like,
show.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, wait, that's Caitlyn Jenner.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Shots fired.
yeah, baby.
Woman of the year.
I met Caitlyn Jenner.
Did you?
And she does do a lot of yeah babies.
Really?
She does. She's a hoot.
I bet.
She was on the set, or she was in the show that Nikki Glazer was on. That's Bert Kreischer's like cabin show where
was on
everybody's
Netflix.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was there on the set that day.
Yeah.
And I got to meet Caitlyn Jenner, and I told her, because this is like before I really watched the Kardashians, but my mom did.
Okay.
And I was like, my mom's a big fan of yours. We got to get a picture. And she was like, oh, yeah, let's get a picture for mom. Come on. And she was like, where is mom? And I was like, she's in Mississippi. And she was like, this is for mom in Mississippi. Yeah.
Oh, man.
She
See,
was kind of great.
Yeah, I believe that.
And then I
believe
posted it. She had her political run, since you love to talk politics on here. Caitlyn Jenner was gonna run.
You have no idea how much I hold back on this thing.
What was Caitlyn gonna run for?
Governor of California.
And then I just posted like a joke being like, everybody vote for Caitlyn Jenner. And I got people being like, unfollow. This is disgrace that you would stand by her. And I'm like, it's literally just who I have a picture with.
People get heated.
Please
about
know
anything political.
now that it's just whoever. Look, if I had a picture of me and Karen Bass, I'd post a picture of me and Karen Bass.
I got a picture of me and Karen Bass, but it sits on my nightstand.
But I would not now, actually. I take it back. Rick Caruso all the way.
Dude, I voted for Rick Caruso.
I did too, because I want LA to look as magical as the Grove.
Why wouldn't you want that?
It's a magical place. Y'all, the Grove. Because I know we have Mississippi people watching here, and the Grove is something very different in Mississippi. But the Grove in LA is like this magical outdoor mall. And nice. Rick Caruso owns it. And
it looks like a 1950s street.
It's amazing. There's a trolley running through. It's quite magical. There's like a fountain where there's water shows. My dog Chloe loves it. And
she's in the fountain.
I would just vote for him, just sight unseen of any policy, just because I can get behind it, you know?
Yeah,
Grove it up.
Yeah, dude, I'm with you. He is a very outspoken leader in the Los Angeles community. One of his properties, similar to the Grove, I don't know what it was in the Palisades, was one of the only ones that did not burn down because
he had private firefighters, trucks, and...
No, I think it was, maybe that's true, but also because the actual way it was built too, like.
No, he said he had like private
but I thought there was something
firefighters
about
with trucks and like a whole team ready to just protect that Palisades Mall.
Damn. It's important.
It's important, you know?
Man. American Dreams 4.4 mil. Rick Caruso.
He's killing it.
Private firefighters. It's kind of wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of like...
all of our leaders are business people that have a shit ton of money.
I'm thinking of a bit. It makes me think of this bit, but it's a Tim Dillon bit.
Which one?
So I don't want to repeat it.
Okay.
It's just like how... Well, no,
we can honor...
now I have to.
Yeah.
Honor the great Tim Dillon.
The great Tim Dillon. I've seen him. Seen him around town.
He was just saying about like how shitty would those firefighters have to feel. Like just there's like people screaming around them and dying, and they're just like, we gotta protect the Salt and Straw ice cream parlor. Like it's like all these like, you know, corporate.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
Just
the Chipotle's almost on fire.
And they're just like, people are like, get the dog, and they're just like, we can't leave our station. Sorry, butchering it, but
no.
I just saw that and I could not think of that.
I get it.
Because it's so true.
Man,
but
that's depressing. This is depressing.
And then there was some, I know, it's taking a depressing turn.
Well, let's talk about depressing.
People, what?
Did you hear about the asteroid?
Oh, yeah.
You heard about this?
Yeah, but there's one or two ways that you could go with this.
Okay.
So apparently there is an asteroid that's the size of a city hurling toward
300
Earth.
No. 300 feet.
I heard size of a city. See, there's other... This is why you can't trust the news.
So, 300 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's called a city killer.
Oh, okay.
Because it could, like, basically the impact is enough to be like, oh shit, that's like essentially a nuclear bomb going off in a city. Will completely devastate a city. It went from 1.8% chance of it hitting Earth. And then 3 days later, now it's 2.4%. In 2032 is when it's expected to hit, if it hits.
But aren't they going to know which
city
it is, and then we can just plan
I saw that
accordingly?
Today. There's like a map, like a trail of where it could be, and it's all either South America, the Atlantic Ocean, or Africa.
There you go, ocean. We're good.
I think ocean's probably not good.
Put it out.
But the ocean, maybe there's like a tsunami or something?
Yeah, we'll go surfing. It's all good.
West Coast, baby.
Yeah, get a good swell, man.
Oh, shit, dude. What if it hit in the Amazon?
Listen, an Amazon rainforest?
Yeah.
Or an Amazon packing plant?
We're
not going to get
in the Amazon rainforest.
We're going to be 3 days instead of 1 day delivery. I mean, We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll be all right. They got a lot of them.
What I was saying is you could take it, in the way of like, I'm just going to live for today. I'm just going to live like it's 2032.
Yeah.
You know?
So what do we got?
So we got some time.
7 years?
Yeah.
All right.
The next 7 years, live it up.
It's going to go by quick.
Hug your
Stay in
loved
the moment.
ones.
Yeah. Make your pets watch Here for the Hang.
Smoke weed every day.
Smoke up.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's just my own.
She's lying. That's mine.
No, but
Stop it.
what would you do if you knew that you only had 7 years?
7 years? Well,
Are you a traveler? Like, are there places you'd want to see? Like, I've got to go here and there.
yeah.
'Cause that's not me.
Okay. No.
I'm more like, there are things that I would want to do here. I wouldn't even like want to waste time. Cause like, what if you're just delayed in the Atlanta airport? Then you want to waste some of your 7 years doing that?
Dude, I'd
You only
want
had 7 years. Look around.
And a lot of people will probably be traveling. You know what I mean? Like
I don't
if
even
everyone
want to fly with the way that planes are falling out of the sky anyway. Then you even have less than 7.
I'm not gonna lie, I'd probably try most drugs.
Yeah.
That would be one thing. Like I would want to try everything at least once.
Ayahuasca?
Yes.
Shit in a bucket?
Oh, of course. Yeah, no, I've always wanted to do that.
Do the one where you lick the toad and hallucinate?
I would try that. I wouldn't try that.
Seems like a lot.
Seems like the most.
What if
Licking
you
a toad.
What if you can't come back from that? Aaron Rodgers still sees a shady figure in a hat at every game
What?
because he did ayahuasca. He's a demon that won't go away. He calls it the man in the shadows.
Are you kidding?
No, I feel like I would have something like that too. Like knowing me, I would have some kind of demon that would come out that wouldn't go away. And I just want to live my last 7 years. Like, I just want to get a bunch of golden retrievers. Keep it simple. Move to the woods.
You know what I would do?
Get a cabin by Sardis Lake, Mississippi. Be around my family.
I would be by my family too. That's what I was going to say. I'd live somewhere remote. I would have a farm. I'd have my wife there, my dogs. I'd probably get another dog. I'd get a big dog.
Yeah.
And, I want a horse maybe.
Name him Asteroid. Name your dog Asteroid.
I'd name it.
Sign of the times.
I would name it 2032. Just to remind myself every day. Be like, 2032, get over here.
And then you're like, damn.
Fuck, dude. All right, I gotta keep living. Gotta keep living.
Oh.
Yeah. But there'd also be people I'd avoid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'd cut a lot of shit out. Like work, I wouldn't work anymore.
But really, you should just live like that anyway. Like whoever you would cut out if you only had 7 years to live, you should cut out right now, today.
That's true.
Because guess what? You don't know if you even have 7. Do you fly PJs? Because they're falling out of the sky and crashing into other things. And I know you love a good PJ ride.
I love a PJ. PJ?
You couldn't get me on one.
Really?
Again, not a problem I'm going to have. But yeah, they crash more than the normal ones.
This is American Dream problem, PJs.
Yeah.
These are 4.4 mil.
Yeah.
Those kind of people. Yeah.
No, I thought the American Dream meaning like the 4.4 mil is just the regular status quo.
No, it is. It is.
Okay.
I fucked it up. Yeah.
That's what I'm here for.
Here for the hang and correcting me.
No, but so
talk.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry.
Speak.
Now I'm just thinking about an asteroid hurling towards.
I think if it is, it's fine.
We're going to go with fine, y'all.
Listen, we're all going to die. That's a fact.
That's right.
It's not the best, most fun thought, but it's true.
Yeah, but you get to come back.
You get to come. What do you mean?
Well, remember how I was sharing with you that Instagram that I saw?
Yes, near-death experiences.
Yeah, because I get all my, beliefs about the afterlife from Instagram reels. And I actually saw one that didn't make me feel like doom and gloom. I saw one that made me feel good because it was talking about how whenever people have a near-death experience, they go to this other realm that we're all going to be made aware of one day, where there's like a big party, first off. I love a party. And all of our family's there. And they had some imagery of like you're like reading through a book, but like the book is your life. And you're like seeing what you did right, what you did wrong, what you learned, and what you need to relearn. And then once you're aware of what you need to learn in your next incarnation, you then choose parents, place of birth, wherever you're going to be reincarnated, what you come back as in order to learn the things you didn't learn on this time around.
Whoa.
Which, how cool would that be? And then you're born again and then you have no knowledge of it.
That's crazy.
It's a very deep thought, and it makes me feel like that is something I could get behind versus, we just lose consciousness. Oh, and they said there's like this in-between time whenever you still have free will, but you're not a human soul anymore. You're like in this other realm, but you have free will to go wherever you want. And that's why most people do attend their funerals.
I believe this. I'm, as human beings, we can only see a certain color spectrum. You know what I mean? Like that is the reality. There's much more that exists outside of our perceptions. We can only hear up to a certain hertz. Like we can only hear us up to a certain and down to a certain. And it's just,
but it certainly doesn't mean that that's all there is.
Exactly. There's so much that we don't understand.
And time is just this construct that we are just believing now because we're here on earth. But once we pass away into this other realm, then we'll go, oh, time doesn't exist. And then we'll be able to see it's all infinite.
Oh, yeah. I mean, listen, I've told you about my mushroom experience. I lived about 10,000 lives.
And if you guys want
hours.
to hear about it, you can go back to episode 3 of Here for the Hang.
With Nikki Glazer.
Yeah.
Go to the Nikki Glazer episode to learn more about that.
You can hear about Bryan's ego death.
Changed my life.
But I mean, they say that this is similar to what you see whenever you take ayahuasca.
Yeah.
Which freaks me out to take it even more. Like, I don't need to know early.
Well, it has the chemical, it has DMT, the chemical that's present at birth and at death. Yeah. That's what hits you. And then that's what you're going through.
Apparently, it's the spirit molecule because it's only, occurs 2 other times whenever you're born or when you die or whenever, some random guy, your job has a DMT pen. I used to work in a place where like the whole staff was actively doing DMT.
They have DMT pens?
This is whenever I worked in Austin.
What?
Yeah. It's a very Austin. Doesn't that sound like an Austin thing? Like it keep it weird.
Austin as fuck.
Yeah. It wasn't
I didn't know those
something,
existed.
It was very crazy too because it was like one of those corporate places where you had to wear like a red bow tie to be a server. And these rednecks were just in the parking lot, like bow ties slung to the side, just doing DMT, like, hell yeah. And I'm like, don't you guys need a shaman for this? Like, what is happening right now?
I don't think what you didn't realize was it was actually just acid.
So yeah, whenever Jim's got some and whenever you're born and whenever you die.
Come over here.
Sounds right.
Come next to the trash. Take a hit.
I mean, it was no joke, but I never wanted to partake because I didn't want to.
You got to save it. Save it for the ceremony. Go take a little trip in the Amazon rainforest. Go hiking into some tribal land and do it with the natives.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Exactly. Peru is the birthplace of it, I believe.
Yeah. You go and you honor it. I've had friends do it.
Oh, I've had a lot of friends do it, and I've had a lot of friends try to sell me on it.
I do have a lot
and I'm not buying.
There are people in Austin who like have shamans on their ranch that'll come and hang out and take you through the whole thing.
A lot of my Austin friends have done it. A lot of my like hippie friends out here. Apparently there was like a place in Malibu where you could sign up and go. Like, I'm good. I'll just wait.
I'm going to do it
until
eventually.
God wants to show me that.
God's going to want to show me that when I decide, because that is God being like, okay, it's fine. Have fun.
I really don't want to like collectively shit in a bucket in a group setting, which I heard is part of it.
Well, I also heard that
people are like, no, but you throw up your ego. And I'm like, I'm good. I hate to throw up. Yeah.
Yeah. It could have PTSD lingering for months.
Like Aaron Hernandez. Wait, Hernandez or
Aaron
Rodgers?
Hernandez.
Which is the football player?
Rodgers. Well, they both were football players.
Aaron Rodgers. The one that didn't murder. That
Aaron
still
Rodgers.
plays.
Yeah.
Okay. He is the one that sees the shadow man in the stands at every game because of doing this.
That's probably why he sucks now. And with that,
Shots fired.
no, I'm kidding. I actually really like Aaron Rodgers, and I like the documentary. I think it's weird because, kind of like we're talking about, he is like a little bit hippie, and that is not what you associate football players with ever. That's like manly, salt of the earth. We don't talk about our feelings. We don't talk about drugs.
Nope.
We fucking grit, bear it. If anything, we're taking painkillers and getting shot up with a needle. We're not bitching about our past.
Right.
And then he kind of doesn't fit that mold. But I hope he comes back and he starts killing it. Because if he could just be an amazing MVP level player like he used to be and a hippie, that'd be dope.
Yeah.
I'd be into that. But
everybody that's done it, and that I say to them, I'm like, look, I'm not going to do ayahuasca. Just tell me what you learned. Just pass it on to me so I don't have to do it. And they always just say something that's just like that would be like
you can't
crocheted on a pillow at Marshall's. Like, they're just like, yeah, I did it. And like, I threw up. And then I just realized that like life is a game. It's all about how you play it. It's just a game. And I'm like, okay, I mean, I don't need to like.
You're like, I think I
do
understand.
This.
Yeah.
And you're in charge of it. They're like, you're the captain of your own ship.
El Capitan.
You're the captain of your fate. I'm just like, all right, I guess. I've also
steer it, dude.
Seen that on a coffee mug before. Like, I don't.
It was like seeing how a gong sounds.
Yeah.
You're like, what? It was like gonging in the next earth level.
Yeah.
Of the core.
It just never appeals to me. You guys can tell us about your ayahuasca experience in the comments. What about that? Any hang gang ever done it? That. Tell me, why don't you pass on what you learned?
Pass on a little blurb. Try to convince us if we should or shouldn't.
And then we'll do it on camera.
We'll do it.
Tune in for episode 99 where we Carlisle relapses on ayahuasca.
On camera.
No, thank you.
Well, this is fun. Okay, so
fun.
You guys have seen the Daryl Hammond episode by now, and I hope you enjoyed it. Because we sure did.
I love it. And thank y'all for being here for the hang.
Thank
like
you guys.
and subscribe.
Later.